Hey, good morning. It's Mike Zschunke with Berkshire Hathaway Homes and Shipton Properties here in a cold, rainy Scottsdale, Arizona this morning. Didn't really have time to prepare, but we're going to jump on real quick. I've been sitting here since 4 o'clock trying to close a deal today. So talking to attorneys in Miami and New York, figuring out how we're going to get this done. More on that later. Anyway, inventory, multiple listing service. We are at 12,407. It's down 274 since last week. Maricopa County, 9,058, down 238 from last week. In Scottsdale, we're down 30. Single-family detached homes for sale. There's only 1,077 single-family detached homes for sale in Scottsdale. So let me go back to, like I said, I'm not really prepared. Last time we were at this level was back to the beginning of October. So nothing for sale. Anyway, interesting. Had some economic numbers come out this morning. Personal income was pretty even, up a little bit. Personal expenditures up a little bit. The interesting one was durable goods was up 5.4%. So companies are ordering product to sell to consumers. So what we're seeing here, the inflation numbers, I haven't seen the headlines since it came out, are going to say that inflation is coming down. Well, really, inflation is still at 3.2%. It's just not increasing as fast as it was. So it is coming under control. We'll see what the markets want to do, how the markets read that. Bond market's down a little bit today, but inflation is becoming under control, but inflation is still growing faster than income. So, there's a buyer and seller for every asset at a certain price, so we'll see how that goes. Housing, we'll talk about housing, we'll talk about commercial, and then a little bit more on mortgage rates. Current 5,777 homes are under contract. It's the lowest since January. November sales was 4,012. Hey, Lindsay. November sales was 4,512. That's the third lowest residential sales on record. So there's just nothing to buy out there. We had a dip in rates this week. We're about 6.6 now, 6.6% on the 30-year fixed rate. So we had a dip in interest rates. I think most people expected demand to pick up a little bit, and it hasn't. But are people just waiting until the new year? I'm seeing a lot of homes come back on market, fall out of contract, and come back on the market. Like I said, if you're on the market over 30 days, you're priced too high. Interesting. We made an offer this week on a house for a client, $750 on an $800,000 house. Find out somebody else made the same offer at $750, very similar offer. Well, this morning I just got a text. The seller raised the price to $870. What? She's got 2 people that want to make a deal with her, and she raises the price. That is bad advice on the listing agent. So, of course, you never know what's going on behind the scenes. Maybe they don't really want to sell, but we actually spoke to the seller directly, and this is the time the agent's getting in the way. And like I always say, if everything goes straight, if it's a clean, clear buy, sell, you don't need me. But that rarely happens. There's always a hiccup. I'll get to more of that on this commercial deal we're working on. It's going to be an interesting day. So that's residential. Everybody's preparing for this January, March, February. There's lots of buyers here. Just watch the population flows and the businesses moving to the area. So prices are coming on under contract. They're off. Don't look at the Zillow and the Realtor and that. Transactions are happening off market. So, talk to your professional and get the real story there. I've got these new earbuds and they're kind of annoying. I hope you can hear me. Commercial. We've been up since 4 o'clock talking with attorneys back east. They're supposed to close on this deal today. First American Title nationwide shut down. Not doing any transactions, not accepting any wires. And First American San Antonio they are one of the largest title companies in the country. So that's bad. It's a big deal. It's there's lots of transactions not happening yesterday, not happening today. Some cybersecurity attack. I was on the phone. We're trying to get some workarounds, figure out if we can use fax machines, if we can go back to the old-fashioned way. It reminds me of back, I probably say this too much, back on my Board of Trade days when the computer screens went down. And I had been there for about 3 or 4 years, and all the power went out. But we still had to keep trading. And all these new kids out of Harvard and Yale didn't know how to price a bond. So, I had been there 3 or 4 years, new. So we said, let's pull out the calendars. Let's figure out the price. So, when we have a transaction, we print out everything until that transaction's done, just in case, as a backup. And, our title company, unfortunately, on this deal does not. So they can't access anything. So we're probably not going to close today, and a lot of other people. A title company is actually an insurance company. They are the biggest group of investors worldwide are title companies and insurance companies. So it's a big deal when they can't do transactions and do business. But we've got a good group on this deal. We're working, as long as we communicate, pick up the phone. I talk to the attorney. We've got some big name attorneys on this. So we're supposed to close today. I don't see it happening till at least Tuesday, but we'll see. Hopefully we can come up with a workaround. But it's technology, you never know what's going to happen. So commercials, just rolling along. A lot of year-end stuff. People trying to close before year-end. 1031 money. They want to purchase for tax purposes or unload assets. They want to take a loss on their assets. So year-end is always interesting. So we've got a few days left here. Mortgage rates, 30-year fixed, 6.6%. Jerome Powell came out last week and said they aren't going to. He says that they're not going to raise rates, but he also didn't say they're going to cut rates. The market hears what it wants to hear, and they're thinking cut rates. So the market has come down a little bit. The professionals don't quite believe that, but the market is the market. Markets are very efficient. Like I say, there's a buyer and a seller for every asset. So it is what it is. You can't predict the market. If you want to buy and the numbers work for you, buy. If you want to sell and the numbers work for you, sell. And that's kind of where we come in. We understand the business, the numbers, where do you need to be? Let's get you where you need to be. If we can't help you, we'll point you in the right direction. So that'll be interesting. I expect this week to be a little quiet. We have between Christmas and I told you I don't love these earbuds, but I hope you can still hear me. I'll just hold it right here. So that's why we go live. That's us, we're an open book. So anyway, we've got a busy day. We're going to wrap up this commercial deal, do what we can do. We've got to run and look at some properties later. We've got to sow some properties later. We've got to jump in a neighbor's Airbnb they're thinking about bringing to the market and, give them a good value, see what we can do. If we can't help them, we'll point in the right direction. It's interesting. There is one property in the area that's under contract, and it's pretty optimistic. So we'll have to see what happens on that one. Like I said, you never know. There's a buyer out there. But again, if your property has been sitting on the market, it's priced because our phone's still ringing every day. We've got buyers coming from California, Washington, Illinois, New York, Florida even. That one always interests me. They're moving from Florida to Arizona. Maybe insurance costs. I don't know. But we've got a lot of people coming here. We're heading into a busy time of season. So anyway, I hope you all have a Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. Excuse me. We're here to help however we can, whether you're an agent or you have a question. We're here to help. So give us a shout. 203-733-5877. Happy to help. Thanks again. Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays. We'll talk to you soon. Bye.